Hi guys, and welcome to K9TV. As you're all slowly joining in, thank you. I'm a little bit later than I had first planned. I'd hoped to be coming on live at 8 o'clock. I had an awesome consult this evening, so I kind of rushed home, quickly ate some yummy salad, thanks to Brent. It was super yummy and ready to rock and roll. So I can see you all tuning in. Thank you for joining me. Tonight we're going to be talking about confessions of a dog lover and how we kind of came about that term and who some of our confessees are, if you would. One of the beautiful things that that we are exposed to, if you would, working with dogs is, people, we get to know their dogs, and they're always coming to us trying to, get the best advice that they can and how they can move forward and overcome all of these types of things. Hey, Deck, thanks for Ali, thanks for tuning in. Hey, Ree, how are you, Dal? So, guys, as you sign in and say hey, Donna, as you are tuning in, please say hi. Send me a thumbs up so I know that you're there and watching. So, as I was saying, one of the things that we see a lot of is people coming to us with their dogs, obviously wanting the best for them. That's why we get dogs, right? So how can we love them? What can we do in regards to their training, their behaviour, and all of those types of things? And we hear some really cool, funny stories. We hear some ones that certainly touch your heart when it comes to how much people love their dogs. And, the ends that people will go to are just phenomenal. I remember one of the first clients that I worked with many, many years ago. It was actually in 2004, and it was a beagle, and her name was Chloe. And I remember she was about 6 years of age, and she'd just been to the vet, and that she had a little bit of arthritis going on. And the owners, bless them, they rang me, and they were really upset and distraught about Chloe's having arthritis. They had a few stairs in their house, nothing extreme or anything like that. And they rang me and they were just so upset. And they said, should we be, considering, euthanasia or something along those lines? And, bless them, they just wanted the best for the dog. But I just kind of had a little bit of a giggle, and I swear to you, my response was, my dad has euthanasia. My dad has arthritis, and I'm not looking at euthanizing him anytime soon. That's just one of the beautiful little stories that I can recall. And, as I said, that's around about 2004 with little Miss Chloe. And she went on to live a beautiful and full life as well. So that's just one of the funny little, confessions, if you would, that I remember hearing. I've also heard some funny ones in regards to what cheeky dogs get up to. This isn't a personal story of mine, but or any of my clients, but I do know that there was a dog that went into an emergency veterinary clinic because it had a bit of an upset stomach and possible blockage, somewhere within all of its inside, its intestines and things like that. Thank you for the thumbs up. It's always nice to know that people are watching and checking in. Anyway, so the dog's gone off to the vet and had an x-ray, and there was certainly a blockage somewhere within the intestines. Anyway, so they did surgery on the dog and discovered a toy that wasn't a dog's toy. So if I put it politely, it was a toy that perhaps should be in a bedroom drawer. And that one's always made me giggle. Obviously, someone didn't put it away properly, and the dog kind of chewed it and digested it. So there's some of the funny little quirky stories. I know that there was another story of a dog that had eaten a pair of knickers. There's a lot of dogs that like to eat knickers, but the pair of knickers that this dog actually ate didn't belong to the female owner. There was a husband and wife, so that caused a little bit of a conversation, as you can imagine, that the dog digested another person's pair of knickers. So that would have been an interesting conversation on the way home. But guys, the main reason why I wanted to join you all tonight and talk about confessions of a dog lover is because we've just released an ebook. It's free for you guys to download. It's a really awesome book to read. And it all started with this a simple little question. There was a photo posted of one of our awesome members. The dog is Jinx, Karina. Hello to you when you tune in. Dallas. Dallas's comment, my dogs would never do anything naughty. Del, I might leave some of the confessions of your dog's antics to yourself, but I can kind of maybe hint at a passport may have been somewhere in there. Bless them. But Jinxie, Karina posted a photo of Jinx. We have a members Facebook page, so when you become a member of the K9 company, you get access to our members page. So we're always on there giving advice and things like that. Anyway, Jinxie was doing an amazing job and holding a drop or a downstay in quite a busy area with lots of people moving around and that type of thing. And one of our other members just happened to comment on it and said, you know, holy smoke, that's amazing. I hope that I can get my dog to, you know, to hold a drop like that, you know, as I continue through with my training. And it actually prompted just the most powerful conversations and sharing of stories because, you know, Karina did such an amazing effort training Jinxie, and she wasn't the world's easiest dog to train. She, you know, she's beautiful and lovely, but she certainly had a little bit of attitude about her. And I think to have, you know, somebody else compliment, you know, the end result, you know, that's taken, you know, well, with Jinxie, it took over 12 months to be able to get her to that particular level where she would hold her obedience position. So what kind of came of that is I asked for some of the people that I know to share their stories and just about the hardships, because as a dog trainer and as many of you will know, we all kind of want to sit there and say how wonderful everything is and that life's peachy and I've got the best dog and everything's amazing, as if, you know, we've never had a bad day with our dogs. And, you know, that's just bollocks. I don't think there's a person on the planet that could sit there and say that they've never had a bad moment or anything like that, or just had that struggle. So I called it Confessions of a Dog Lover. And some of the stories are just so powerful. And I'm really proud of everyone that has contributed to the book with their stories as well, because it's not easy, as you would all know, you know, being out on social media, being out there and putting your vulnerabilities out there. Guys, I'd love to make sure that you're all still here with me. So give us some love hearts. I'd love to see some love hearts if you understand what I'm talking about, especially when it comes to making yourself. I've just seen Hannah's comment there about Kevin. I won't repeat that just in case there's little ears listening, but it does make me giggle. Thanks, guys. Yeah, absolutely. When it comes to, you know, exposing your vulnerabilities, and particularly perhaps to an audience that you may not know, but we work really hard at creating a nice, safe kind of environment for everyone to, you know, hang out and ask questions. And you know, if you've got a douchebag of a dog, that's what I'll refer to Kevin as, Hannah. If you've got a douchebag, or as I nickname him, a turd dog, you know, it's nice to have the support and the love and knowing that everything's going really well. So, guys, I just wanted to come on here and talk a little bit about, you know, what it's like when life isn't going peachy and life isn't perfect, and you're having those moments and those days where, you know, you whatever it is that you had in mind, that you know, that plan, that roadmap, and you know, you hit the speed bumps and your dog goes left and you try and go right, or you know, as they say, you know, my head went that way and my leg went that way. It's all about just hanging in there, continuing to ask for advice when it comes to training and things like that. I quite often sit there and say to people, you've got to find the shoe that fits. And the shoe has to be comfortable. So, you know, with whatever, you know, technique that you're using or equipment that you're using, under whoever you have as a trainer, as your coach to sit there and help you, you want to be comfortable with that and make sure that it's working. If it's not quite working, maybe ask a few more questions, you know. One of my things that I really like telling people is, just because someone wears a little badge that says, hey, you know, I'm a dog trainer, or I'm from this company or that company, or as I've mentioned in another K9TV, which was Who Learnt Last, it doesn't matter if your dog trainer has been training for 70 years. You know, I've heard many a time people been saying, you know, they've been training dogs for over 30 years. Well, that's awesome. But when was the last time you updated your training? 30 years ago, your GP would be telling you to take up smoking. So, you know, if you're unsure, ask a few more questions. You know, get your trainer to explain things to you. That, I look at that, that's my role as you know, a trainer for people. I want to sit there and make sure that they understand what it is that I'm saying and why I'm giving that particular advice. And if for whatever reason they're not comfortable with it, or maybe there's another challenge that it's not quite working for them, it's up to me to sit there and come up with the way for it to work. So I'm just, you know, if you're not sure of what's going on with your dog, if you're not getting the results, if the shoes don't fit and they're uncomfortable, try another pair on. So it's always just about, you know, not giving up hope. Once you download the book and have a bit of a read, if you're a bit of you know, what, as Brent would say, he'd say, oh, there's a bit of dust in the room. So if you're one of the people that might get a little bit teary, you know, grab yourself a cup of tea or a glass of wine and a little box of tissues. Have a read. You know, the people that share their stories, as I said, I'm so super proud of them. We all are here at the K9 Company and in the K9 crew. They've just really just put it all out there, and by no means have they been shy in doing that. So we're super proud of them, and we're hoping that by us sitting there and sharing their confessions and things like this, and this is collectively, we hope that, you know, if you're out there and you're having a bit of a rough time with your dog, that you can see that there is a light at the end of the tunnel. Guys, reach out, ask more people, ask for more help, and hopefully you'll find it. If not, give us a buzz. We're here to happy to help. I will put a link, if you haven't seen the link already. I'll pop a link for the Confessions of a Dog Lover down below. As I said, it's a free download, so all you need to do is sign up there, and it will be emailed through to you, and you can have a good read. We would love your comments and your feedbacks. So your feedback on, you know, whether you've had any issues with your dog that you really needed some help with, and you know, obviously when you share some love with some of the people that have, you know, gone out on a limb and exposed themselves in the sense of, you know, that they have made mistakes. We've all done it. Quickly, one of the mistakes that I did following someone as a dog trainer, and that's why I sit there and say, just because I wear a badge, always ask questions. I was many years ago training at another dog training club, and the president of the club, with the best of intentions, said he was going to help me, you know, show my dog how he can stop him from breaking a sit-stay position. So I've handed the lead over of my old boy Tank, and he's handling the lead. As I said, he's the president of the club, so I'm like, you know, he must know what he's doing. He's asked me to get my dog into a sit, so I've told him to sit, and he did, because he's just awesome. May not have held it for, you know, an overly long period of time. So he goes, okay, now step back. So I did. So I've stepped back a little bit. Now I'm probably 5 meters away from my dog. And at this point, I had no idea what was going to happen. And he said, when you're ready, call your dog. So I've gone, Tank, come. And Tank had a bloody brilliant recall. So he's got up out of the sit, and he's come straight toward me. Now, this gentleman who had the best of intentions, best of intentions but misguided intentions, he gave Tank a correction and told him off because he broke the sit. Now, straight away, that didn't sit right with me, but I didn't know why at the time. I was young and naive. And again, he said, now pop your dog into a sit. And, you know, I was half broken at this point. So I put Tank into another sit, and he said, now when you're ready, step back and call him again. Now, thankfully, he had some common sense about me, and I said, no, I'm not comfortable doing that. You know, I've got the lesson, thank you, I understand. And that was the end of that. And as I said, he had the best of intentions. He didn't know any better as a trainer, and nor did I as a you know, as a dog lover and as a handler. But all he did there was, if anything, would have ruined my recall, not to mention giving Tank a correction that was totally invalid, because I'd asked him to come. So he's doing exactly what I'd asked him to do. Now, that was such a powerful lesson, a powerful lesson for myself, because it was right then and that point that I said to myself, just because someone wears a badge, just because they say I've been training dogs for umpteen years, just because they have a position of power or whatever it is, you know, it's my role now as a trainer to share that with the people that I'm working with, explain what is about to happen, make sure that they're comfortable with it, and bless Tanky. You know, I'll never ever forget that, and that was probably close to 20 years ago now. But you know, that's a confession. But I learnt from that, and I would never put my dogs in that position ever again. And, you know, if I had a time machine, I'd go back. It would never have happened, but maybe I wouldn't be where I am today. So, you know, sometimes things happen. As I always say, my favorite saying, when you know better, you do better, because that's what life's all about, just constantly growing and evolving. So, guys, I can see some of these comments coming through. I'm just going to have a quick little squiz here. What have we got? Hey, Cass, how are you doing? Cassie, you've obviously read the book. You said you could have written the whole book on gorgeous Axel and Lewis. Hey, Scotty McGuinness. Yeah, what have you changed in 30 years? Exactly. So Scott McGuinness from K9 Connect in Adelaide. He was on our last K9TV as we were doing Dating and Dogs and K9 Carnival. And we were having this conversation in regards to, what have you learned? Are you upgrading your skills all the time? Ali, love the Tank stories. He was an amazing dog. Tank Otto, or Otto as we call him, and gorgeous old Sam. Beautiful dogs, learn a lot from them. Hannah, terrified of handling my dog. Yeah, handing your dog over to anyone as a trainer and as an owner. Hopefully it's not something you should be terrified of, but certainly just something to be cautious and aware of. And I want to make sure whoever I'm handing the lead over to, that there's that communication. I understand what it is that they're going to do and an element of trust. I always sit there and say thank you for, to a client or a friend, thank you for entrusting your dog with me. So that's always something that I don't take for granted, and I don't think any dog trainer should either. Just having a last little look. Hey, how you doing, Ainsley? Good to see you. Guys, I hope this has kind of helped you a little bit, and if you are feeling a little bit isolated or that things aren't making sense to you, reach out. There's some amazing group of people out there. Reach out to us, say hi, send us a private message, give us a buzz, jump on the website. We're here to help you out and guide you. This, as I said, some super duper trainers that are not only with the K9 company, but we know a lot of people interstate. Oh, look at all that love. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much. Yeah, and I will put the link to the book. So if you haven't downloaded it yet, now's the time to jump on. Thank you so much, and we'll see you again soon. Mwah. Bye.